Hi everyone, Libby here at Touch of Happiness Massage. Welcome back to another intimate questions video. And today our question is, hi Libby, I always lose my erection when I put on a condom during sex. Is there a way to do it so I stay hard and can carry on? Great question. Yeah, so this is a frustrating, but I would say quite common interruption to the flow of sex and therefore the kind of enjoyment and relaxation. It's happened to me a lot during sex over the years. You're going along with foreplay and everything's really yummy, and the guy has kind of had a hard cock, and then this moment of penetration comes up and you start fumbling around for a condom, getting stuck in that process, and obviously because then your focus gets taken away from your body and away from your partner, your cock goes down. So a couple of things that I would suggest. So I think a lot of guys at that point of penetration is going to happen, I need to put on a condom, get a little bit panicked and try and do it in a hurry. They stop breathing, they clench up their bodies, and they just kind of disconnect from relaxation. So something to just be curious about, be aware of keeping your breath nice and slow, nice and full, keeping your belly relaxed, just like allowing yourself to slow down and take your time with it. And that can be kind of fun for your partner as well, if you build it into, just teasing your partner a little bit as you really take your time with putting that condom on. Get your partner to maybe touch themselves or show themselves to you to keep the connection, but also so it's something that sort of keeps you aroused, keeps you turned on, and keeps you engaged with your partner. Be prepared, be a good Boy Scout. This is a trick that my tantric gigolo friends taught me. Always have a couple of condoms like nearby to hand before you start going into foreplay or interaction, and don't just have them sat there in the packet. Tear them open and then kind of push them out of the packet a little bit, so that when the moment comes you can just reach over, pull that little condom out and slide it straight on your cock. That just avoiding all that sort of fumbling around with getting the thing and trying to open those fiddly wrappers. It's just going to keep your focus and make everything a lot smoother and easier. I would suggest is that you actually practice. So this is something I recommend to a lot of guys during masturbation. Most guys, I would say, touch themselves and masturbate without a condom. So your body learns to associate arousal and pleasure without the sensation of the condom. So if you practice every now and then during masturbation, get yourself aroused, get hard, and then practice putting on a condom and then masturbating and continuing with the condom. So your cock kind of learns to, the sensation of the condom becomes familiar and doesn't mean that you lose your erection, that you can stay aroused. So practice during masturbation with a condom. Another top tip is to create like a little cock ring or pressure stop at the base of the cock. So you use the first finger and thumb to make like a little lock around the base of the cock. And what that does is prevents blood from exiting the shaft of the penis. So it keeps the cock hard whilst you then put the condom on. You can get your partner to create the little lock whilst you put the condom on, or vice versa. So I hope these few little tips have been helpful, and let me know in the comments if they've helped you to stay hard during partnered sex when you're putting a condom on. And remember, if you have other intimate questions, things you want to know about touch, arousal, pleasure, intimacy, let me know in the comments or drop me an email and I will cover those in some future videos.